Welcome to ATX Underground. I'm Sabrina Ritchie, and I'm your host.
And I'm your second host. My name is Alex.
We're excited to tell you that we have 2 more guests from the 48-hour film project, and we'd like to thank them for coming on today. It's a pleasure to have you guys.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with our first host. That's going to be the Team Cinema Squad. Is that right, guys? All right. If you want to please introduce yourself.
My name is Keisha Gathright, and for our team, I was one of the production coordinators and also one of the music composers.
I'm Patrick Gibney, and I was the director of photography and the editor.
I'm Louis Amori, and I was the director and screenwriter and the composer as well.
All right. Welcome, guys, to the show. So I know it's 3 of you over here. Is actually that's the whole team, or you guys got more people?
There were actually about 15 to 16 people on our team, so we're just here to represent a part of the team.
All right.
How long has your production company been together? Has it just been the 3 of you that are in the production company, or is there more?
Well, actually, we pulled together for this particular contest. There are some people that we worked with on this project that we've worked with on other projects as well, but the 15 to 16 of us pulled together for this contest, the 48.
Cool.
Right. So I know you've been a part of 48-hour project, right? How do you guys like that?
Well, I did the 48-hour last year, and I had a team of like 3 people, like me and my roommates. And so this time around, I'm like, I'm going to get on a crew. And I found these guys, and it was a great experience. I got to meet so many new people, go to great locations, and just really make a good movie. Even though we only had 2 days to make it, it was just awesome.
So that's your second time, you guys' first time a 48-hour project?
It's all of our second time, but
time.
I was on a different team, and I think these 2 worked together.
Did you guys find it harder to work in a smaller group than the larger one, or was it about the same?
This was the perfect size, about 16 people. Yeah.
All
Also, we were wondering about what are the key parts that makes the film for the 48 hours?
Really, it's your team. I mean, you have enough people on your team that are going to be able to tackle, enough parts. Like we have our DP here and our editor, and we have other people who are doing lighting and sound and this and that, and just to be able to have everyone as a team help you out at once, it helps out like majorly. I mean, if we only had just, let's say, 8 people, it would be a disaster. I'll say that.
Yeah, definitely. I bet it definitely evens out the workload.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were talking earlier, we had another team last week. They mentioned that they only had a couple people showing up out of like 5 full cast of people, so that definitely doesn't help.
Yeah. When you're like planning for a large group and then all of a sudden none of them show, it's like, ah!
Right, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. So what was the genre you choose for the movie we made this year? What was the genre?
Well, we had our genre selected for us, so we were the film de femme, so we had to have a strong female character, just running the show, and that's kind of the heart of the 48-hour film festival. Is you're given a genre, required prop, character, and a line of dialogue. So we got film de femme.
How was it? What was the first impression? Was it?
Yeah,
did you
what'd
guys
you
get
think of it?
scared?
I wasn't worried.
No one worried.
Huh.
All right.
Not with like the prop or the choice of lines or anything like that?
'Cause we were talking about this at the premiere, and it's how you implement the prop and how it doesn't get in your way. It just becomes a part of the process. So when you're writing something, you'll need to have an object in a scene somewhere, and why not have it be, what was it, medicine this time, or last year it was a nail clippers, or it doesn't, it's kind of organic.
Nice.
Oh, talking about the filming after the entries and everything, did you all make it to go see the showing? What did you guys think of like everybody else's, if you did go?
Yeah, we did make it to get to see the others, and I thought everybody did a fabulous job. I was very impressed with what the teams pulled together in just that 2 days, that short amount of time. I was very impressed. So.
Very cool.
How long you guys been together? So that's first year working together, right? First year. How long you been actually in the industry? How long you been doing movies?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last
How long
question?
you been doing movies, like separate teams?
Well, like individually, I've been on and off working on movies for about 7 years. Pat, I think, has been working a little bit longer or the same. Keisha's kind of, if you don't mind, I think Keisha's a little bit new to the film industry, but she's loving it. I can tell she wants to keep doing more and more, which is great, because
That
she's
is
really good
good.
at what she does.
So how did you guys start? What made you start?
I'm gonna let you take that because I know you know more about that with Reap Entertainment.
Well, we all started, I would say, probably about a year and a half ago, and we got together to work on this project called Willow's Morning. It was a project that is written by a couple of our friends and directed by our friends, and so that is what opened up the door to lead us into working on movies. And so then just from there, we've just started doing a couple projects here and there, and so we're just excited to do more. So.
I bet it's always fun being in movies because, especially on new sets, you never know what's going to happen. Especially with this one, I was a zombie victim. Like, you don't expect like how humorous it is behind the scenes, and then you're actually like there and being one of those characters, and it's really hard not to laugh. Like, you have to keep like like a very serious expression or scared or whatnot. It's very entertaining being on different sets, which I'm pretty sure all of you feel the same way, if not more. Of probably you guys probably worked more in the film sets than I have, so definitely a lot of fun.
So how do you like it so far? What do you like? What do you like about making movies? I know some people go up there just because they want to become famous. Some people just want to. They're excited about the project. They're excited about being entertainers. Some people just go for the money. What do you guys went for?
For me, it's not really about the fame or anything like that. It's really just about telling a really good story and hearing the feedback of what the audience liked about the movie and didn't like about the movie. So, next time we can make it even better, It's just all about entertaining.
You guys got lots of audience. You got lots of big community following you.
Right now, I think we got a pretty decent following. I think a lot of people that saw our 48-hour film enjoyed it, and it's definitely motivated us to want to keep working on making better stories.
It's always a nice response when you have followers like know who you are, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that was awesome," and like they totally geek out about it, which I've done to a few people. Especially some of the bands that have come on and they'll play and it's like, oh my gosh, it's like geek moment. Or like you talk about like something that you absolutely love with another person who has the same interest, and it's like, I think it's really funny because it's like the moments, especially if some of our viewers have watched our past shows, it's like, yeah. You have like those few moments like, oh my gosh. It's really hilarious. Talking about all the good moments, what were some of the harder parts of the 48-hour film project?
Waking up
Waking up after it or before it?
before we got started at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and that whole first day we started early morning to get the night scenes that we needed to shoot. And then after that, I think after we finished filming, the hardest part was finishing the thing and really getting it as polished as we possibly could before we turned it in.
Did you get any sleep in those 48 hours? I'm asking everybody. I'm just curious how this works.
I got a little bit of sleep, but that first night that we filmed, we all didn't really sleep much at all, but just a few hours the second night, so Saturday night, yeah. But you don't get a whole lot of sleep. You do a lot of work, not a lot of sleep.
Any more difficulties? Anything what got you maybe in trouble at some point? I know you had 16 people. I'm pretty sure it's hard to get everybody actually on the same page, work together. That's, out of my experience, that's one of the most challenging things.
It actually wasn't hard to get everyone on the same page. It was actually really nice this year. Everyone was just very helpful. I would say the toughest part was obviously the time. You just rushing. We had certain locations where we only had about 3 or 4 hours to be there. So we wanted to get enough of our shots to create that actual storyline for it to make sense. So we couldn't focus too much on lighting and just making sure everything was perfect, because we were looking at the time. Oh, we got to be out of here by this time. We got to keep going. So that was definitely one of the harder parts.
What about, again, I'm asking everybody that, just curious, what about financing, guys? Do you invest your own money, or does anybody help you? I know we got a pretty big community up here helping us, like everybody's trying to help local talents, local movie makers, local artists. What about you guys?
Well, we all pretty much chipped in an equal amount of money so that we all could pay for the entry of the film, and we all would have enough money to buy what things we needed for each scene, or if we just needed to feed ourselves. We all pitched in a good amount of money to help each other out.
So it was more self-financed, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I've noticed a lot about, like, I call everybody Film Fam because we're all in the same community trying to help each other out, is that is earning, like, getting that money to finance your dream, which which seems to be like the hardest wall to get over. So, like, I always tend to, like, ask everybody how they support themselves or how they get the fundraising. And there's been quite a few, like, really good ideas of, like, making T-shirts or, like, little souvenirs or something like that. So it's always interesting hearing how people are able to finance their movies or their music videos or anything like that, just so, like, our other viewers or filmmakers or artists know what to do in the right direction. So it's always nice if you guys would, if you feel comfortable enough to, like, share what you guys do on how to make it a reality on getting everything together and stuff.
No, I got a full-time job and a part-time job, so it's not that easy to get your motivation going up until you realize that, you know what, yes, I got a dream, but I got bills to pay. What you guys do?
Yeah, every set I've been on, usually people have a part-time job and then they do film almost on the side or kind of in tandem with that. And I'd say that, you know, that's kind of a necessary evil until you get to where you want to be, if you ever do get there. And the biggest thing, I'd say even more so than money, is having a network and meeting people and going on a bunch of sets and meeting with people that can get you into a building for free for an hour, or can, you know, drive you somewhere, or they know where to get cheap food. And that all kind of adds up, and every project that you do, it builds. And so by the end, you might actually have a budget, and then on top of that, you'll have all these resources at your disposal.
I know that's my own experience too. We used to do lots of shows, and after the show, like when you like leave the stage, and everybody in there thinks that you just like that's all you do for a living, and you're making lots of money, and then they watch you getting in the bus, and they're like, really, ride a bus? Like, yeah, yes I do. And guess what? I'm going to the cafeteria and like asking what's the cheapest thing you guys got? Because guess what? I'm broke. I'm a student. So, yeah.
Like, just trying to make it there. So talking about the 48-hour and the difficulties and putting it together and everything, did you guys turn it in on time?
Yeah, we were half an hour early.
Oh,
nice.
that's
Half an
handy.
hour. Hey, we had 3 minutes last week.
Yes. Or like a couple minutes late for some people.
So what do you see in the future? Do you guys think movie making is going to become your main activity? Well, I know that's a dream basically for everybody who comes here. How do you think it's going to work out for you?
Just keep working at it and don't stop.
Got any plans going? Any more movies in the work?
Well, I think we were talking a little bit with our group about doing more projects like the 48-hour project, and even just working on each other's films. I know a few people have different ideas, and we figure while we have our group together, why not, you know, make a film?
Get them going.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
just like Pat said, we definitely want to do, some more 48s, and I think we all want to do some more shorts, maybe even do some music videos. I know Austin is one of the biggest music capitals, in the world, so we would like to reach out to a lot of bands who need music videos for their music, because we're all about helping others out. It's not just about helping ourselves to get into this entertainment industry. We want to help others who want to do what they love. So definitely want to do more 48s, more music videos, and maybe even documentaries, and definitely short films.
Very cool. I love to hear that. That's why this show sprung up, is to help everybody who has the same passion of like whether, well, it doesn't even have to be really the same, as long as it's just media in general, like the arts, because filming, singing, making like props and like makeup and like designs for clothes and everything all falls into the same category, especially when it comes to movies, because you have to have all of that. So it's always nice to see people like come together and make that film family of like, it's like, oh, like you help me in this, and then maybe later down on the line you help me with that, and it's like, it's always so nice to see, especially like here in Austin, since we're slowly but surely starting to sprout and become something so much bigger. So I always, it brings a nice little kindle to my heart. If you guys know.
That's what I
understand.
hope this show is going to become. One of the things, yes, we're trying to get exposure to all the local talents, to everybody who comes in the city, but one of ideas I have, let's bring everybody together. Like if you guys follow us on Facebook, follow us on our website, that's a lot of people who actually been here already, and we got more people coming in every week, almost every week. So let's just get together, let's make something together, let's get talents together and get it going. Everybody's got ideas, we all got ideas. It's not as easy as you said, networking, it's not that easy to get everything going when you don't have enough support. Alright, so about 48 hours, back to that.
Since we've got off the subject quite a bit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And that happens all the time, so not a big deal. I was wondering, what influences you? Like a director, an artist, like a movie?
Well, for me, it's definitely movies or just entertainment in general. I mean, if I'd see something on TV and I say, wow, I like how they got that shot, I would want to see how they did that, or see how they got the colors in that scene, or so forth. So definitely watching entertainment in general just inspires me to tell a really good story. How about you?
So are you talking like in general, or for the 48, what the inspiration was?
In general, or for the 48, depends on.
I think you can say both.
Okay. I guess a lot of kind of the new wave cinema, like the French style stuff, handheld, all that. And we definitely incorporated that a lot into our 48-hour film, just for the sake of time.
Yeah.
And plus, it's an aesthetic right now, so you can pick up a camera and just handhold it, and it looks all right. And I think a lot of that, it's a lot of making something into good art is trying to hide the mistakes, because you're never going to not have mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think that tying in with kind of that wave of art is a good way to hide
I think I
shortcomings.
kind of get what you're talking about, like especially the latest shows that became popular, like even Walking Dead, Breaking Bad, all those shows. You can see it's not a lot of, they don't look that expensive to make, which actually they are, but actually work about behind the camera work. It doesn't seem what we got used to in like 2005, 2006. That show probably wouldn't be that popular. But I guess that kind of style gets more popular now, more and more. So I think is that kind of what you're referring to, maybe?
Yeah, kind of. It's definitely right now. Just everything that's on TV,
Yeah.
it really helps because it's easy to emulate that style.
Yes,
So
that's it. That's
I also heard about somebody using like their smartphone to take video. Have you guys ever tried doing that?
Yeah, we didn't do it on this film, but I mean, there's really no excuse not to be able to make a film. Every smartphone out there shoots 1080p, full HD. They even have like the Samsung Note can shoot 4K.
Yeah.
And it's you got everything you need.
Very cool.
So the first movie you ever made, I know you guys been different teams. You can actually say each one. What was it about?
I gotta think far back. One that comes to mind is a short independent film called Stuck on Stupid. It was set in New York, and it was just basically about a guy who just found out, his girlfriend was pregnant and everything, and he's just trying to figure out how he's going to get by in life, trying to raise that family and everything, and it kind of dealt with drugs and just pretty much the life of, an everyday person in New York or just someone with that type of struggle.
Yeah.
So that was actually really fun to work on. I think that was one of my first independent films, and the director did a great job, and so did all the actors in there, and it gave me the experience of learning what it's like to be a part of a crew and what you need to do in order to make a good film.
Well, my first movie was I got a little Olympus like point and shoot camera for my 8th grade graduation, and I didn't have a memory card for it, so the onboard memory could record really low quality standard definition video for about 15 seconds. So I filmed my brother sitting on his bed, and I threw a water bottle at him, and then he chased me down the hall and tackled me. And then my mom came out and started hitting us with a spatula or something, and then the camera shut off. So that was my first movie.
Great start.
That almost kind of reminds me of like my little brother. He had his cell phone and he took a picture took a film of my mom like cooking breakfast, and she totally was not expecting it. She turns around and she's like, it was the funniest moment ever.
What about you? Did you work on anything else before that in your movies?
Well, the first film that I worked on, I kind of mentioned already, the Willow's Morning film. That was written by 2 friends of mine, Sonia Edwards and Jessica Gonzalez. And through her production company that she has, Reaper Entertainment. And so that was my first experience with film. My first experience with acting actually comes from theater. So a little bit farther back than that, but actually film would be Willow's Morning. So
Cool.
How is the difference between theater and film?
Well, when I worked in theater, I was mainly just acting on stage, and so when I moved over to the movie side, now I'm on more of the production side, so like doing the management of it. So it's a little bit two different jobs. It's a little bit different. I miss doing some of the acting actually. So
You're in the right industry. There you go.
yeah,
Why
exactly.
don't you get there?
I'm in the right.
So you guys were talking about all of your activities. How can we find you online for people who would like to go and see what you guys are doing at the moment or in the future?
Well, we don't have like a group presence yet, but we're Team Cinema Squad, so if you Google us, I'm sure we'll have stuff out in the future. Personally, patrickgibney.com for me.
Yeah, personally, I don't have anything up just yet to showcase my work, but if you want to contact me, you could find me either on Facebook at Lewis, that's Luis, last name Amory, Amory, or just email me at Lewis_Amory@yahoo.com.
That's GIBNEY for me.
I would say that I'm pretty much in the same position. I don't have anything out there myself personally. We do have our Cinema Squad Facebook page. And again, like Patrick mentioned, if you Google us, I'm sure we'll come up as well. But that's what we have going right now.
Cool.
Well, you always feel free to join us on our Facebook.
Yep.
Follow us all.
For ATX and myself, I have a personal one that posts all of what's up, like the coming people who are going to be interviewing. Also, your is also on there as well, which is Chimera, Chimera, like the mystical beast. So, for your 48-hour, did you guys bring footage for us to see what your activities were?
Yes, actually we did. We brought a part of our movie to show. So
Cool.
Nice, that's the first one.
Looking forward to it.
Watch that.
My name is Louis Amori. We actually pulled Film de Femme, which we were a little confused at in the beginning, but doing the research, basically it said film de femme is having one or more strong female characters. So with that in mind, we came up with an idea that, without giving too much away, is sort of an intense action thriller with a twist. And you'll understand why that main character is a strong female character. This is actually my second 48-hour film project, but it's my first time directing. But this is our second time together as a team. I love the fact that, for one, you're connecting with a lot of different people who are doing different things. You're doing lighting, you're doing editing, you're doing sound. You have your DP, and you're working together to get this film, which is 4 to 7 minutes shot in 48 hours. That whole environment, intensity, and everything of it will sum up 3 months of filming just in that amount of time. And if you can pull that off, then you can pull off 3 months of filming. I just love the whole environment of it.
Hello? Who is this and how'd you get into my home?
Since you're in a hurry, I'll make this quick. Try to keep it together. Because believe it or not, I ain't got no time. I need to know what you know right now. What you want to know?
After I was passed out and you were dragging me out of my house, what did you do next? What did you do with the others' bodies?
Hey, and welcome back. We're in the studio with our next guest.
And our next guest is Team Tsukima.
Thank
Right.
you for joining us.
Thank you for inviting us.
All right, if you guys want to introduce yourself, please.
Sure. My name is Prakash Gandhi Natarajan. You guys can call me Gandhi. And I'm from Team Zukima, and my production company is Dara Visual.
My name is Subha Pindiproli. I can be easily called as Subha. Make it easy for people to remember my name like this. Hello, I'm Subha from Cuba, and I play a tuba. They'll never forget that name. And I'm here as I contributed music for Gandhi's film.
Very cool.
Well, welcome, guys. Nice to have you here. So, I know just
many-
two of you over here, right?
Yeah, so our team is Team Zukima. We have 15 people, including the cast and the crew. So we are just 2 people here to represent our team today.
How long has your company been together?
So the company I own is Dara Visual. It's just me, and I collaborated with my director. His name is Bejan Faramarsi. Unfortunately, he's not here, and his company is Milfra Productions. So Dara Visual is collaborating with Milfra Productions for this 48-hour film project. We met last year, and we did the 48-hour film project last year, and I totally fell in love with the process. So this is our second time together.
Very cool. How was your experience, like, altogether?
I should say that it was nerve-wracking, especially towards the end of the project where we were supposed to submit the video clip. I almost got a heart attack because I thought that I'm never going to make it because the deadline was 7:30 and we were editing till 7 o'clock. And then we were still at my home, which is 30 minutes away from the dropping point. And we were exporting and everything in the car when I was driving. And then finally we made it, and I'm alive, I'm here.
So, what about the music? I know you're a composer. Was the music supposed to be done 48 hours too, or you had more time for that?
It was within this 48 hours before I could work on Gandhi's film. I worked with another friend, and he wanted music for the film, and I already made quite a few music albums in the electronic genre to see if any of my existing tracks can be used. And based on the work I have done with Gandhi, we had a scene breakdown as what scenes he expects from this point to this point, and he gave me like 7 scenes breakdown. I found the process of creating music for films a lot more easier because if someone says, I want a chase scene, it is a lot simpler in creating the chase scene than to actually do a full-on composition for something else.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely bet it would be very nerve-wracking for the 48 hours since you have such a short amount of time to complete everything. And from what I've heard of like normal productions, it's very like labor intensive and it takes a lot of time and so you guys must have been like very rushed.
That's right. So the Austrian 48-hour film project worked like this. So you are going on Friday evening, 6:30 to collect your genre. And then once you collect your genre, then you have to come up with your story, and then you have to hire the actors, and then find the locations, do everything, okay? If everything goes well, it's all great. But the best part is everything doesn't go well at all. So we have to start shooting on Saturday, 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And one of our actors didn't show up till 11 o'clock. That means we lost 5 hours. And our entire movie is about a dinner table, the guest having dinner. So without that guest, we cannot shoot anything. So we have to come up with some additional scenes to cover up that 5 hours. So we were shooting with our drone of a scene of a car pulling into the driveway and the character walking into the door. That's one thing. And another thing is we were supposed to finish the shoot by 10 p.m. on Saturday night. That's the best thing to do, finish your shoot on Saturday night. So you have all night to edit and all day on Sunday to edit. But we finished the shooting on 6 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Oh my
And then we didn't have an on-site editor. That means the director who shot the movie has to sit together and edit also. So he didn't have sleep. So it's definitely nerve-wracking. But the fun thing is you get to meet all these cool people, and then you get to have this great experience which you can share on TV like here.
Yeah.
So that's the reason we do it. We will continue doing it every year, and we will try to make it better every year.
Very cool.
So what was the genre you guys got?
So the genre we got is a holiday film. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. So when I picked up the genre, even I have a picture, you can see me frozen for a second.
I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, holiday film? Oh my God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I have to dial the screenwriter, tell them, hey, holiday film. And then if you talk about holiday, people think about Christmas all the time. And some people might think about Thanksgiving. So we wanted to go outside that, and then we cooked up a holiday by ourselves. And we came up with a brand new holiday which nobody has ever heard of.
What is it? What is it?
It's called Sen Buckley's Holiday.
What's the holiday meaning behind?
So I don't want to give you the exact detail, but it's about a family following Sen Buckley's holiday tradition, and they do something during their dinner on Sen Buckley's holiday, and the boyfriend goes there, and he's totally unexpected, and he's shocked. So hopefully people will watch this movie and start following this tradition.
I want to watch it now. So why did you get started on filmmaking? How did you start?
So it's an interesting story. I hope I have a time to say this. 2 years back, I wanted to propose my girlfriend. And I didn't want to just propose her like a normal proposal. I want to make it unique. So I went to a video production company, and then I told them, hey, I want to make a short film. I want to make a music video, and I'm going to dance to it, and then I'm going to sing and all craziness. So you shoot for me, and we will put it on a big screen, and then propose my girlfriend. So we did a 10 minutes music video and short film of me dancing and doing all this crazy stuff, and proposed her. And I'm lucky she said yes. So that brought me into the world of dancing, acting, and filmmaking.
Very cool. That's definitely an interesting way of getting into the film industry, of making a proposal to your girlfriend. I've never heard of that before.
Oh, thank you. It's on YouTube also. I will share it with you guys.
Cool.
You said 2 years, right?
What's
It's
that?
a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. You can just Google Gandhi Michelle engagement proposal. You will
So,
find
so was that your first 48-hour project, or
it. No, that's outside the 48-hour project. I just did it because I wanted to propose her in a unique way.
Yeah, but this year was that the first?
Yeah,
first
this
time?
is the second year. I did
Second
last
time.
year also. I think last year we had 33 people in the cast and crew.
Uh-huh.
That really helped. But this year we miscalculated and then we brought down to 15 people. And then we had a lot of problems because we don't have a specific person doing specific job. We had one person doing directing, editing, and supervising. So next year we know what to do.
Were you guys in the same group
Um,
as last year?
That's right. So my director, Bijan Faramarsi, and me, we were together last year. And we really liked each other's work. And I have been acting in his short films and music videos so far. I did 5 music videos with him. I did 2 short films with him so far. So we did it together. We had most of the same crew, and we hired some people from outside. And Subha, we met Subha last year actually, and unfortunately we couldn't work with him. So this year we told him, hey, we don't have time for anything because we have less number of people in the cast and the crew.
Yeah.
So we will tell you the scenario. We divided the entire story into 6 phases, and we gave him what each phase is about. The first phase is silent, second phase is calm, final phase is climax. And he is so nice enough to go and compose music for each and every phases. And then he sent it to us overnight because he was flying to UK on Sunday. But he put extra time and did a great job. And the music definitely elevates the movie.
And did you work on a 48-hour before, or in movie industry?
This is the second year I'm involved with the 48 hours. Everything that I'm coming across events in Austin is by chance and by luck. So last year I got involved with the previous production, the Cinema Squad. Last year they used one of my existing soundtracks from the Golden Lights album. This year, not only I worked in Gandhi's film, I had a few other teams asking me for musics. So I'm sitting there with my instruments ready and then say, do this, and I just sit and improvise. The way my mind or my mind works is it's very difficult for me to do a cover song. I just sit there and I just start improvising and something comes out and I says, what in the world was that? So that is how I just work. So, and the other teams, they got the music, but they may have used it or they found something else. So, and because I was rushing to UK that afternoon, hopefully next year I'll be able to work with multiple teams simultaneously
You're
doing
like,
the music.
hey, you worked. I got no idea why.
Yeah. How did you get into composing music?
Years ago, I just like music, and I got a keyboard. I like playing keyboards, and I want to play cover songs, but it is almost impossible for me to play cover songs. And I start playing the cover songs, and I just go off into a tangent, and that becomes something original. And as a result, I started doing this more and more since 1997. And I started doing music composition. I was more interested in this new age style instrumental music. So I did my first album in 1997. I had delusions of grandeur. I thought I'm going to sell lots of CDs and all that stuff. And then I took a break, and then the next album was in 2009. And after that, around 2012, what happened was everybody was saying, oh, the world is going to end, the world is going to change, it's going to be a cashless society. And from that point onwards, and before that, I want to interject, I saw the movie Tron Legacy. I was blown away with the music style in that. It was electronic. I said, now that is something that I really want to pursue. And I started doing electronica genre in my music. And I like creating sounds that you don't hear commonly. I like to use percussion instruments that is not commonly used. I just try whatever comes to my inspiration and then make music and then put it out there on SoundCloud and tell, hey, here's music, go get it.
Very cool. So you were saying how you like the electronic music is, so I heard that you guys brought a footage for us. Is some of your music within that? Can we see some previews of
Yes.
your film?
Yes, I believe so.
Very cool.
I am the resident dishwasher. I just clean up after everybody's mess, after they eat lunch.
I'm an actor playing a senile old man.
I am acting, I'm helping with set design and wardrobe.
I'm on break.
We can see that.
Getting a really nice massage right now. Thank you, Gandhi.
I just wanted to come and experience how filming is done. And you're very good, and your crew is very good, Gandhi.
My name's Thomas Blanks, and I'm camera op. Well, I'm the gaffer. I'm here to help light up the place, listen to the DP, set up lights, set up C-stands, set up everything that we need in order to make sure that we got the correct amount of exposure, color, and balance throughout the entire scene.
And what do you do?
Well, right now I'm washing a frying pan, and up
No,
next,
what do you really do
wash
for
a
this
bowl
project?
Production assistant, AC, and makeup artist.
Yeah, I'm directing and helping produce this 40-hour film festival short film, and I'm looking forward to seeing the final product.
I'm here in two capacity. I'm here as an actor and also providing music for the film production.
Production assistant, makeup, costume.
I'm the executive producer and actor in this Austin 48-hour film festival for the team Tsukima.
And I am
Are you ready?
doing sound as well as makeup.
I'm playing a person in a very bad place in his life.
Dude, I know that doesn't seem like much what I'm doing, but I'm just glad to be here. Just glad to be here.
Name of the movie is...
What is the name of the movie?
The movie.
I have no idea.
Oh, what is the name of it? I don't even know.
I'm honestly not sure.
What's the name of the movie?
I don't know. What is the name of the
Nobody knows the name yet. Movie.
The name of our short is... I don't remember, but it's going to be the best one of the 48-hour.
Alright, that was a nice video up here. We're back in the studio now with our guests.
How did you make the backgrounds for your film? Like the music and like the feel of it and everything?
So we gave Subha the different phases, the different feelings and emotions of our short film, and then he went back home and then he composed music for each and every phases, and he gave it back to us. So since we were editing till the last minute, we didn't have time to run through it and listen, try to see whether it's perfect for our scenes. So we just added, and then once we came back home, when we watched the movie, it blended very well. Subha did a really good job on our short film music.
So I was told that something unusual the way you guys film. I don't know what exactly, but
actually, there is something unusual about my production company. Not exactly with this one. The behind-the-scenes video you saw were all shot with iPhones, and my company is specialized in smartphone filmmaking. So when I say smartphone filmmaking, it's not about just pulling out your iPhone and then start shooting. So the iPhone filmmaking has the same workflow as any professional filmmaking. You have high-end expensive rigs, you have lenses, microphone, 3-axis stabilizers, and all the rigs you can possibly imagine for a DSLR, for my iPhone also. And then only the body of the camera, instead of a red camera or instead of a black magic, we just go with the iPhone. So the convenience with shooting with the iPhone is the form factor. It's so small, it can go in anywhere. It can go underneath the table, It can go over your head. It can go into places where a heavy equipment or a heavy DSLR cannot go into. So I have been doing the smartphone filmmaking for the last 2 years, and 3 of my short films have awarded 3 times official selection in film festivals.
Nice.
And then I did sorry, go ahead.
You mentioned something about drones too?
That's right. Yeah, drones, if you use effectively, the footage looks really good. So we did use drone in our movie. There is a scene where the character walks into the house or drives into the house. So we used a drone. And it was a windy day. It was really scary. We don't know whether we are going to get the drone back or not. But fortunately, we did get the drone back, and we do have the footage.
Yeah, so that's like next generation filmmaking. Let's use new technologies.
That's right. That's right. Whatever new technology we could use to make the film better, we always use it.
That's definitely a lot handier, because then you don't have to spend extra money on buying like one of those heavier cameras that like you're having to hold like that, or like that takes up a lot of space. Like you were saying, you could basically put it anywhere.
That's right. And another thing is, for people watching the movie or the short film or a music video, they don't care what you shoot with.
Yeah.
As long as there is a story which is enjoyable, they're going to watch it. You can shoot in a red camera, and the footage can be really amazing, and the story is so bad, they're going to turn off in a second. And you can shoot in iPhone, and even the visuals are not that great like a red camera. If the story is good, they're going to watch it. The example would be, there is a movie called Tangerine. It was shot in iPhone 5s, and then it was official selection in Sundance Film Festival, and now it's sold for 6-figure to a distribution company. That's an example.
I mean, also lots of YouTube artists, YouTube shows. Actually, they became pretty popular now recently, and most of them are filmed on cell phones. I saw lots of actually music videos filmed on cell phones.
That's right. That's right. There are so many high-end equipments being made, accessories being made for all kind of smartphones on a daily basis. So we can definitely see smartphone filmmaking going into commercial filmmaking soon.
Okay.
So you were talking about how there was a windy day and you're using the drone. What were one of the hardest parts besides, that?
So we had a kid actor in our movie. She was really good. She acted in a small role in American Crime TV show. So the only thing with the kids, if they want to act, they will act.
Yeah.
But if they are done, they are done. Whatever you do, give candies, give sweets, it's not going to work out. So we were shooting till 6 in the morning. Her bedtime is 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we were shooting her even after 11. And we were unable to get any expression from her because she's really tired. She has been shooting since morning 11 o'clock. And then there is a dialogue where she has to say it's story time, right? It's a single dialogue. It's story time. She's so tired to say it. And she keeps falling on the table. And we are like waking her up. We are giving her a massage. And then I keep asking her, hey, what time is it? And she says, I don't care what time it is. I'm like, no. You have to say it's story time. Then she's like, no, I don't care. I'm like, please tell. And we are like 5 people massaging her, making her talk. So when you work with kid actors, plan your day and make sure it doesn't pass their bedtime.
Yeah.
So that's one of the challenge. Second thing, we didn't have an on-site editor. That means we waited till we finished the shoot on Sunday morning, 6 o'clock. And then we started editing, which is really bad idea. So that's the reason we were editing till 7 o'clock, and we were not sure whether we are going to submit the deadline or not. So there are a lot of things we learned this year, and we will definitely implement that next year.
Yeah, I think you're right. I read somewhere one director said that he's never going to work again with kids and animals. Yeah, that's another story. I think now I think it's easier because lots of movies are just filmed like blue screen and then get computer graphics in there. But earlier in the days, like 90s, was not developed that much. I remember lots of animal movies, and just to get those animals going, that was not easy.
I also heard that there was somebody who would put like peanut butter in a dog's mouth to make it like, like try and like talk. That was definitely an interesting little trick that I learned from that. So you were talking about how you didn't start editing until like a certain time. Were you guys able to turn it in on time?
Yeah, we turned it on time. The only thing is, as I said, I was able to get a heart attack, and then because we don't know whether we are going to submit it or not, and we have to export the file when we were driving in the car. It's dangerous because the hard drive can get corrupted when you're moving in the car. So I have to drive really careful and all those time. So we were able to submit it on time, even though we wanted to edit a little bit more to make the footage looks better. But other than that, I think we played our movie on Alamo Drafthouse, and I believe audience liked it because they were laughing and they were enjoying it. So
That's good.
So I got a question to our composer. I know you said that it was easier to make songs for or tracks for movies. Do you actually enjoy it more? Do you like it more or no? Do you like making more actually like full songs, or do you like that more?
I have my hands in multiple things. Making music for films is a lot, let's say, I don't want to use the word predictable, but you can see what you want to do. If somebody says, I would like you to make music for a really sad scene, the first thing that comes to your mind is strings and cellos. You don't need any drums or background music. You want a chase scene, then you would have those hi-hat sounds and a bit of music that goes fast. It's because I've seen so many films and I look at the way the music progresses in films, it is doable. It is, you can just do it on the fly without thinking a lot. It is much simple. But when I make music like a song, because right now I'm involved with my wife, she wanted me to create some music for chants, Vedic chants. So we are in progress of doing that. So that takes time because you have to create the structure for the music. You have to create the drums, you have to create the bass and background music called arpeggiators, where the music kind of goes in a cycle. And on the top of that, the difficult part is singing and then mixing and putting everything together and then listening to it over and over again to see, does it sound right, the acoustics and all that. So when it comes to actual song that I create, I look at end-to-end production. So that is more difficult, and there is no rush because I don't have to do it like tomorrow or day after tomorrow. But when it comes to film, there is certain deadlines, and when I worked this year and I said, it's doable. I'm just sitting out there and people send me mail and I just do it and I just put it on the Dropbox and people pick it up and then says, oh, I like it. Can you make a little bit of change? So it's doable. It's much simpler compared to creating scores, and it gets even more difficult when you have 2 or 3 people collaborating on a music.
Well, from the sounds of it, you guys seem to really enjoy what you're doing. Do you guys have anything planned in the future? Anything like projects or movie making or music that you guys see in your near future?
I see one day at a time.
One day at a time.
I just see for today, and then I have planned to create more music. I have a few in the pipeline. But when it comes to films, let's see what happens. And in fact, there are some film festival coming out. I just discovered yesterday there is an East Austin film festival going on, and there's some really awesome science fiction film that's being aired today. And I really want to go forward and look at it. And then there meet other filmmakers in Austin. So I enjoy meeting more and more people and see if they would like to look at music in a different direction, because music is a very, very unique signature. No 2 musicians create exactly the same music, so I have my own signature and style, which can be appealing for some and may not. So it's a universal language. It's a very, very personal taste.
Very cool.
So I enjoyed. I've been in Austin only for last 1.5 years, and I ended up meeting a lot of people.
What about you, Gandhi? How do you see yourself?
So I haven't said this. I am a full-time software engineer. That means I work Monday to Friday working on computers for my company, Cognizant. I have been working with them for almost 12 years. So I do filmmaking only in the evenings and the weekends. So I'm doing already weddings and small business videos. And the Austin is coming up with a 48-hour horror project on October. So I'm going to collaborate with my director again.
Yeah, look forward for that.
That would be definitely cool. I love horror movies, and last year we got horror. And this year I wanted horror. That's the reason I was shocked when I saw Holiday. So we have so many movies planned up with my director. So we will be working on that. And you guys can see our work in our company Facebook page, Dara Visual Facebook page, Vimeo and YouTube, and my director on Milfra Productions Facebook page.
How about you? You got a Facebook as well you can follow?
Yes, I have. Actually, I work full-time at a technology company. We make audio products at Cirrus Logic. So yeah, we are into audio. And my music can be found online at ccliffrecords.com or go to SoundCloud and look up my name, Subha Kumar Pindiproli, or The New Illusions.
All right.
Awesome. Sadly, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank you guys for joining us. It was definitely a pleasure having you guys come and talk about what you do and how it's made and everything. But for all our viewers, if you guys want to see more awesomeness of our other guests from past and or future, please check us out at atxunderground.com.
Or you can also follow us on Facebook, where you can find all our guests as well. All right.
Facebook, ATX Underground. So come and see us. So tune in next time. Bye.
We'll see you guys next time.